Hi friends, this is Mainak Misra and welcome back to my channel. Today I will discuss with you Ruben Ostlund's Triangle of Sadness. Ruben Ostlund is known for mocking the socio-economic condition of the modern world. His wild, entertaining roller coaster for adults, Triangle of Sadness, is not an exception. He never forgets to point out the hypocrisies, loopholes, and absurdities of modern society. In the first part of the film, he shows, he mocks the fashion world and argues against the gender bias. In the second part of the film, he mocks the modern capitalist society. And in the third part, he completely changes the power dynamics, and a toilet manager commands a group full of uber rich and famous people. Even though apparently Triangle of Sadness looks like a big scale comedy film, it raises multiple important issues like gender inequality, class division, racial discrimination, stereotyping, influence of social media, and an overall capitalist mindset. He shows the emptiness of the modern world where a female model wants to be a trophy wife. He shows how the most fortunate struggle to survive during adversities. The apparent social structure always do not remain intact. Now let's discuss the story. The film starts with a male model named Carl attending an awkward fashion audition with other male models. He is in a relationship with a female model named Yaya, who is also a social media influencer. They engage over a tip for the payment of the dinner bill. As per Carl, Yaya should not expect Carl pays the bill all the time, and they should share the expenses. But as per Yaya, Carl should pay the bill as it ensures he will take care of her in the future when she will not work anymore. Yaya also says that she wants to be a trophy wife and they are in a relationship as it garners social media attention. Her statement irritates and frustrates Carl immensely. Yaya gets a free pass to a luxurious yacht full of uber rich and famous people like Russian manure magnate Dmitry and his wife Vera, British weapon mogul Winston and his wife Clementine, a German lady, wheelchair sitting lady named Therese, who speaks only one sentence and after she suffered a stroke, a tech magnate named Jarmo. The crew led by Paula is always at the service of the guests, who sometimes make bizarre requests. Vera asks the crew members to swim in the sea, including the kitchen staff. So you understand the type of request they make sometimes. Captain of the ship Thomas always drinks to the fullest and he encloses himself in his cabin. Carl complains about a ship mechanic as he walks a bare body and attracts Yaya's attention. And the guests are invited for captain's dinner. After being asked by Pollock multiple times, finally Thomas dresses himself up and welcomes the guests. A severe storm pushes the yacht all around, injuring several guests. Some of them suffer terrible seasickness and start vomiting. The yacht gets flooded with sewage water and disconnected from the power supply. In that situation, Dmitri and Thomas debate over socialism and capitalism on the intercom. And in that turbulent situation, pirates attack and capsize the yacht. Only a few guests are able to escape from the yacht to an aloof island. The guests include Dmitri and his wife Vera, Yaya, Karl, Jarmo, Therese, toilet manager Abigail, yacht mechanic Nelson, and crew manager Paula. Abigail commands the group because of her survival skills like fishing, setting fire, and cooking. She enjoys her private space inside the lifeboat where Carl provides her with sexual favor. All the group members are totally dependent on her, and because of that, they do not dare to question her authority. Jarmo kills a wild donkey with a rock, and Yaya becomes jealous as now Carl is linked to Abigail. Abigail and Yaya go hiking on the other side of the island and they discover a luxurious resort with an elevator. However, Abigail doesn't want to enter. Yaya offers her a job as her assistant, but Abigail is not interested. She approaches to kill Yaya from behind with a rock. Carl guesses ill consequences and runs frantically to reach them. This is the story. Even though Triangle of Sadness looks like a big scale comedy film, filmmaker Ruben Ostlund shows multiple important points. The first point that he shows is gender inequality. Yaya thinks that Carl pays the bill all the time, even though she earns much more than Carl. And her point is that if Carl pays the bill, then it will ensure that he will take care of her in the future when she will not work anymore. Here, Ruben Ostlund clearly shows the prejudices of society. And he shows that society expects male members to bear the financial burden. But why is that? Everybody is equal, so irrespective of the gender, we should bear the financial expenses. All the responsibilities should be borne by everybody, and that should not be differentiated based on gender or caste, religion, color, racial discrimination, racial identity, nothing. We all are equal. Ruben Ostlund also shows class division, and he has shown in a scene where the models of the premium brand look at the world in a cynical way. He shows that the fortunate strata of society looks down upon the poor strata of society. So it is not a surprise that a premium brand looks at the world in a cynical way, and their models also look at the world in a serious and different way, in a cynical way. But the warmth and love of the regular brands are reflected in the gentle smile of their brand ambassadors, their models. So he clearly differentiates between two classes, the rich upper class versus the middle class or poor strata of society. How society is differentiated based on a certain parameter. He also shows stereotyping and racial discrimination. If you observe carefully, the passengers in the yacht belong to first world countries, and they are white. But the crew members are from third world countries. He clearly shows that. And if you see when Dimitri meets yacht mechanic Nelson on the island, he refers to him as pirate. Should we refer to anybody as pirate or robber or thief based on their outer parameters, their color, their religion, their caste, or their class, race, based on all these parameters? Are we supposed to differentiate any member of this world, any person of any society, based on all those outer parameters? Most certainly no. And filmmaker Osland clearly shows that in that film. He shows the capitalist mindset. Dimitri's wife Vera asks all the crew members to swim in the sea. Can she expect that a certain section of the world wants the world to operate in their way? But it's not possible. People should understand that it's not always possible. It's not feasible. It's not right. The world cannot be their playground and will not always satisfy all their demands. It's not possible. Another important point that Ostlund shows is the influence of social media and emptiness of relationships. Yaya clearly tells Carl that she wants to be a trophy wife. They are in the relationship as it garners social media attention. Nowadays, people just run behind virtual popularity instead of spiritual fulfillment. With self interest, a relationship cannot be soulful. It's not possible. If we only look at the self interest in a relationship, it will be futile. And in those futile relationships, humans will be restless. They will not be able to find out their soul, their heart, the true meaning of a relationship. And Mr. Ostlund clearly shows that. In a superficial world, a true relationship is not possible, meaningless, futile. This is a style of Mr. Ostlund that he places his characters in the awkward situation and observes their absurdities. When the yacht gets flooded with the sewage water and disconnected from power supply, Dimitri and Thomas debate over capitalism and socialism on the intercom. But do they perform their duties? Do they execute their responsibilities? Mere theories will not save us during adversities. So, Osland mocks both socialism and capitalism in his own way. He shows that a person who is all about, who shows socialist ideologies, does not observe his duty as captain. He shows that Dimitri, who belongs to a very upper class, who is an industrialist, but he also doesn't do anything. He just utters a few dialogues. And those dialogues, no matter socialist or capitalist, will not be able to save us during adversities. So in this film, filmmaker Ruben Ostlund focuses on multiple important points and in his own way makes some social commentaries. One of the most important scenes in the film is the last scene. Deliberately, Ruben Ostlund keeps it open-ended. The most important question is, does Abigail kill Yaya or does she not? She is commanding the group full of uber-rich people on that island. She is having her authority. She is enjoying her private space inside that lifeboat. And overall, she is having sexual favor from Carl. If the group members come to know about that luxurious resort, then she will lose all these. She will lose Carl. So better is to get rid of Yaya. But on the other hand, she knows that the group members and Carl will look for her, will eventually come there. She will be caught. Her heinous crime will be caught. So she approaches there to kill Yaya but hesitates. So it is up to the viewers to connect the dots. Does she kill Yaya or she doesn't? It's up to each of us how we want to have our version of the story. The screenplay written by Ostlund himself is witty, satirical, and overall hilarious. Ostlund's style social commentary can be felt throughout the film, and it is very expressive and elaborative. It illustrates the characters in detail. And one thing I will tell you that Triangle of Sadness will be remembered for Charlie Dean and Dolly DeLeon. Unfortunately, she passed away before the film's release. Charlie Dean. She looks so beautiful, elegant, glamorous, and seductive. Dolly DeLeon has done incredible job, and she is from Philippines. So she incredibly represents the working class of the third world countries. And she has received widespread critical acclaim, including many awards. This is a complex, very complex film, so cinematography is also very complex. And Frederick Wenzel, cinematographer, uses 29mm wide-angle lens with a long depth of field. He uses advanced cinematographing techniques, advanced versions of cinematography with multiple techniques, like he used a robotic arm with the camera while filming the inside of the car scene with Yaya and Carl. And especially during Captain's dinner, that scene is very complex, so capturing all the visuals during that time is not an easy job. Brilliant cinematography. Editing is also not easy because this is a very big scale film, and Ruben Ostlund took as many as 23 takes for a single shot. So can you imagine? And the Captain's dinner was edited over a period of 6 months. So you can imagine the efforts that were put in during editing. Ostlund himself edited the film along with C. Carlson. So both of them did brilliant job. For the music directors Michael Maltha and Leslie Ming used contemporary soundtracks like Born Again by MIA, Lady Hear Me Tonight by Modjo, The Ocean by Linnea Olson, New Noise by Refused. So all these contemporary soundtracks. However, The soundtrack in the last scene, Maria, We Have Lost Dancing by Fred Again and the Blessed Madonna, created the maximum impact. And they created that soundtrack during COVID time to bring optimism and positivity. For the same reason, Ostlund used that soundtrack in the film because after the roller coaster ride, what is much needed is positivity and optimism to cool down the atmosphere. Another important aspect of the film is production design, and production designer Josephine Asberg has done a commendable job. Viewers will not be able to recognize that interior scenes were not shot on a yacht, but those were shot inside a studio. Especially the captain's dinner scene, the entire set was built on a gimbal over 2 meters up the ground, and then it was moved all around to create the turbulence in the sea. So without a skilled and expert production designer, it's not possible. It's not an easy job. Triangle of Sadness received widespread critical acclaim. It won the prestigious Palme d'Or at the 2022 Cannes Film Festival. It was nominated for Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy at the 80th Golden Globe Award, where Dolly De Leon was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. It was nominated for Best Casting, Best Original Screenplay and Best Actress in a Supporting Role for Dolly De Leon at the 76th BAFTA Awards, and it was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director and Best Original Screenplay at the 95th Academy Awards. So advanced cinematography techniques, brilliant editing, hilarious, witty, satirical screenplay. This is an amazing film. So you should not miss this. I think you have already seen this film. If you have not, then please see this film and put your comments down below so that I know your thinking, your passion or your feelings about this film. And please, the request goes again, please subscribe to my channel. Please press the bell icon so that you do not miss regular updates. And until I make the next video, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you and bye.